Toastmasters. Hirakant Shet. Hirakant Shet. Why I joined Toastmasters.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. According to most studies, people's number one fear is public speaking, and number two is death. Does that seem right? That means to an average person who has to attend a funeral, he or she believes that they are better off in a casket rather than doing an eulogy. Now that's crazy, right? Well, I used to be that crazy person at one point of time. I used to absolutely fear and hate public speaking. I thought that in order to be a public speaker, you had to be an expert in whatever you are talking about. You had to have a certain personality. You had to be smart, which in my case it's okay, I can do that. But I hated the spotlight or the scanner that you're put on under when you're a speaker. I just hated it. But I decided that I need to change myself. I need to do something about it. Now, I had heard about Toastmasters. So I researched them and I found a local club, something nearby, and I attended as a guest, 1 or 2 meetings. And then I started to make excuses of why I could not join. Hindsight 2020, it was really my fear talking to me. And then one day at work, I was asked to give a presentation, talk in front of a group of people. I still recall that I stuttered and stumbled through that presentation. And by the time I was done, I was absolutely flustered. My cheeks were flushed, my mouth was dry, throat choked, sweaty palms, mild, meek, and trembling voice. I was devastated. I decided then and there that I had to change. I needed to improve myself. I joined Toastmasters. Now, initially when I joined, I used to be one of those last benchers, hidden from everyone's sight. I used to absolutely fear table topics. In fact, I recall that as soon as the table topics section started, I used to make an excuse to get out of the room. But with the help from my fellow Toastmasters, I graduated from the back bench to the front bench, and then even started doing some small functionary roles like grammarian, counter, timer, etc. I was given a template. I know what I had to say. I found a voice in front of the podium. And then I started to do table topics. It was so much fun doing table topics. You could make up stuff right in front of the audience. Bring your imagination alive. But then I realized something. I like to listen. I like to listen to speeches because they were so informative, inspirational, and motivational. Most of the Toastmaster speeches, if you see for yourself, are someone telling about their life story, their challenges that they have gone through their course of their career or life. And it's so encouraging to listen to that. All those like-minded people, you're so inspired by that, at least I am. I like to listen to other people give table topics, how they make up stuff right in front of the audience, how to think on their feet. I like to listen to evaluations, how to deliver an effective feedback. So overall, Toastmasters is not just about giving speeches, right? It's about developing your listening skills. It's about understanding how to provide an effective feedback. It's about thinking on your feet. And then I started to give speeches. In one word, it was liberating. I like to go to the gym because it makes me feel good. It gives me energy. It's a confidence booster. Similarly, speaking in front of people makes me feel alive. It's so liberating to talk in front of people, engage the audience, gain their attention, and get affirmation on whatever it is that you're talking about. It's so liberating. Just as going to gym, it's a confidence booster. Now remember what I said earlier in my speech. I thought that in order to be a public speaker, you had to have a certain personality, you had to have a reputation, you had to be an expert in the field you're speaking, you had to be smart. Well, I realize now that by talking your mind, communicating information, and continuously improving in the process, you gain a reputation, you become an expert, you develop a personality, you become smart. So my fellow Toastmasters, I thank you for providing me this platform tonight to improve myself, to help develop a personality, to gain a reputation, and to become smart. Thank you so much.